Good morning, my friends. How are you? This is Kate with Agent Rising, and we are digging into rituals to rise. Yesterday, we talked about how to just go about your year end in a way that is not just like what you've done and what you've produced and what you've spent and all that kind of thing, but more about like how did it happen? What were in analyzing your rituals that you've been keeping all year, like what were the trends that you found? What did you find that you enjoy doing, and what do you want to do more of, and what do you want to do less of? Because I truly do believe that we are the architects of our profession, and we can determine how it is that we want to show up for our profession. And part of it is going through the list and coming up with what brought you energy and what took energy away, and what do you need to do more of, and what do you need to do less of. So that's what we started with yesterday. And I had asked you all if you wanted me to send you a hot. So hot means that you can edit right there on the spot. So it's not like you have to fill it in handwriting and print it out or whatever, but you can edit it right on the screen. And so many of you said, yes, I would love that. What I also heard was, how do I do it myself? Right? So, what are you doing? How can I do it? Okay. So, I thought I would share with you today how to do it. So, all right, that's not big enough. So, all right, there we go. So, here I am. And if you need to make your screen bigger, go right ahead. I'm going to make my screen bigger so I can see it. So, this is the same program that I used with you yesterday, and I'm going to put it in present. Uh, all right, I've got to scoot over so that I can edit it. You're going to be able to see it, okay? Um, so let's take a peek. And I want to go to my year end. Okay, make it super big so I can see it, put it on present. So I'm walking you through exactly what I do so that you know what I'm doing and you can feel some comfort in that. So I want to go right to the beginning. Okay, so here we are, reflection, reset, and review. So what we're going to do for this year. So the first thing I do to create these editable uh, programs for you is I create tables. So I go to my menu on Google Docs or on Google Slides, and I go to the format. And this is actually what we're working in right now is Google Slides. Okay, and I go down my insert and I pick up the word table. And the first thing that will show when you pick up table is it'll say one by one. And you're going to go and pull it over and pull it down to go. So, right where it says one by one, pull it over and pull it down to where you want to go. Okay. So, here I go and I go one by one. All right. Now, so that's how I do it. So, I go and I pull it over. I want to, just for today, we're doing 4 by 4. And so, this will show you what it is that we want to do with that. Okay, so this top picture here where there's like the light 4 by 4 is too light and it's not what I want. Now I made it smaller or bigger, moved them around. You see, I made them two different sizes. You size this much like an image on anything where you drag it from the outsides and you go in. So every line there is movable. I could make some darker, some red, some black, whatever. The first thing I do is I go to where it says border color, and that's on the top bar. And it's like the pencil with a line underneath. And I picked the color. So I picked black, right? Because I wanted you to be able to see it. Now the next thing I picked was right next to it is like three dashes of lines. And they're various like lighter, darker, darkest kind of thing. So I want to pick the weight that I want. So what I picked for this one, just to show you, is a level 3. Okay. So this is I picked a table, I went 4 by 4, and I went to then I thickened it to a level 3. All right, so let's talk about this. So this right here, if we're looking at this table, is we see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And in this one, I made the first row, which is going to be the headline, bigger, right? So I dragged that little line underneath down a little bit, and that pushed everything down. So I kept this kind of light, although many times I make it a little bit darker, especially if I'm going to be printing it, because sometimes the lightness does not pick up. So if I wanted to use this, whoops, let me go back. If I wanted to actually, okay, so I need to take it off present in order to edit it, right? So and I'm going to do that. So first, let me just go through and then I'll come back. So that is how I make that table. And this is a table also right? So this would have been 3 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down. And I made them different sizes and different colors and added lines inside. Okay. And then we did our don't do. Same thing here. This is a table, 2 across and probably 12 down or 15 down or something. And then this right here is I added in a graph. Okay. So again, same kinds of things. I made a table and I made it hot. Okay, so now what I want to show you is I want to go, and you're going to bear with me for a second, because I want to get out of present. So I've got to go back to view. I need to get out of present. So this is going to be a second. I got to get it off. All right, so hold on one second. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second just so I can go back. All right, so here we are. So that's how we do a table. We go to it, we pull it in, we play with it, we make the lines different colors, different sizes, different widths, and all that kind of thing. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back in to share, and it's going to come back not as a presentation, so I can show you again. Okay. So give me 1 second. So right now I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to a Chrome tab and I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to enter it. Okay, so it actually still is in present. So I escape. Okay, so here we go. All right, so back to what I said more of on the calendar. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're not going to have it in present mode when you're working in it. Okay, so what did I decide that I liked more of and putting it on the calendar? So I liked this year creating content. And I realized that when I went through and I looked at my list. Okay, and so I liked creating content and I liked helping agents rise. Okay. And I liked for my real estate, I liked working with referrals. I did not like working with strangers, not ever do. Just a weird thing about me. Working with, what did I just say? Working with referrals. Okay. Things I did not like doing that I'm going to do less of this year. Okay. And that is hustling for my worth. And what that means is like working with strangers. I don't like it when I have to like feel like I am cajoling someone into working with me or creating a CMA like scenario where I feel like they are like hammering me. I don't like that feeling. All right. The other thing I'm going to do less of is honestly not following my rituals, right? So I made checklists on things and I still, I have a closing coming up on a seller that I have, and I haven't done the smokes yet and I haven't done the final readings. So I need to follow my rituals and the checklist that I have set that we have set up together. All right, so you get your idea. What else? Let me give you one more less of that I don't want to do. All right. So one of the things that I have talked about with you is my schedule, right? So my schedule, I come in early, I work, I have to go home or go and do the fire or whatever. So I leave where I'm sitting, where I'm planted several times a day, right? And I'm in my car. So I'm going to just say driving, right? So I'm in my car and I'm driving. Now you guys can't see how like this is too small for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to make it bigger, and this is what you can do also. And I don't like the Arial font, so I'm going to go change it to my usual font. And now I like what the way it looks. Okay, so that makes me happy. Sadly, sickly, it makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that. That gives you an idea about how to use the hot planner, right? And how to make it yourself. And so back to that driving thing, what I realized is that because I'm running home and checking in on the puppy who was sick a lot of times and going by and visiting people, I found that I spent a lot of time, like actual time, when I did my time tracker, I found that I was doing a lot of time in the car. And I said to myself, well, you're listening to podcasts, you're learning, you're growing, you're calling people, so you're really using time. However, it's not on that laser focused North Star activities that I want to be focusing on. So I need to do a pivot there, a transition. Okay. So that is a lot of work for you all. All right. I will share with you this program that I was just showing you right now, and if you ask me for it. So a few of you have asked me for it and it's in your inbox. Okay. The rest of you, feel free to ask, feel free to like do this together. Let me know if we want to workshop this and just get together and make our own programs, because I know when I sit and talk with people and they do this for like more than 1 or 2 months, they're like, I like less of this, more of this. I don't need that page. I need more meeting pages and so forth. So, let's customize it for productivity and optimization. All right. So give me some times that you can to message me and we'll put this together. Okay. I am so appreciative of you guys, and I hope that we get to enjoy this life that we've chosen for ourselves. Thanks.